Hope you're all dancing at home. Nice little jig for us to start our morning. So welcome to Jubilee Circle. Welcome to our guests here in the building as well. And you're welcome to join us in the building if you would like as well, masked and socially distanced. Sandy is far, far away from us right now. Good to see you. Good to have you in the building, though. And this morning we are continuing our Via Negativa theme of I Make My Own Sunshine. And all this quarter we're exploring ways we can keep the light of the divine shining within, even as we are approaching this season of darkness. Honesty, wrote that great piano player and theologian Billy Joel, is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard. And this song was written back in 1979. But boy, are its words really fresh these days, especially over the past few years as we have been bombarded by untruths at the highest level of our national leadership. But Joel's song continues, I can always find someone to say they sympathize if I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I don't want a pretty face to tell me pretty lies. All I want is someone to believe. And isn't that exactly what we're all longing for in this world today? Someone or something that we can believe in, to know that we will be told the truth about whatever it is that's happening in this world, even if it's a hard truth. But the ego screams the truth. You can't handle the truth. And in this reality, well, that's a pretty honest assessment, because there really is no honesty in the ego's world. There is always deception. There will always be dishonesty in the world as long as any shred of untruthfulness resides within us. And that is why right speech is one of the steps in Buddhism's eightfold path to enlightenment. There is no room for lying or even truthiness when you're trying to live into your higher divine self. And we love us a little truthiness, don't we? Yes, but jubilance, if you want to live in an honest world, then you better start in the world the only world that you can really change, and that is the one inside yourself. Stop telling yourself lies about who you truly are. The ego always wants you to believe the lie that you are worthless, that you are nothing, and nothing you do in this world will matter anyway, so why are you even trying? But that's not true. The truth is this. We are all the bodily manifestation of the unlimited power of the holy. In each of us lives that sacred truth. And if we live into that truth, love's truth, then it will become so abundant in the world, all we'll know to say is, oh yeah. Rise as you're able. Hey, folks in the room, rise as you're able out there. Stand up, stretch, put on some pants. Anyway, as we do every time that we start one of these fun Jubilee circles, we remember the four elements, the fire and the earth and the water and the air, and we orient ourselves in this sacred time and space by calling the four directions.
Let us turn and face the east. As the sun rises on this day and every day, Holy One, remind us to give thanks for this world, for every part of our world, for the lush vegetation, but also for the desolate desert, for the clear blue skies, but also for the ravaging storms, for the warmth of spring and summer, but also for the chill of fall and winter. Help us to appreciate the whole world we live in, not just those parts we like, and help us to live in balance with the world around us. Quarter turn to the right, and we face the south. As we turn toward the south, Holy One, remind us of our passion for this life. Ignite in us that fire that helps us to embody your spirit in this world, that spirit that drives us to help those around us, to find ways to provide for the needs of our siblings. Ignite in us, Holy One, a passion to make this world a better place, not just for ourselves, but for everyone. Quarter turn to the right, and we face the west. We open, Holy One, to the mystery of the west. Help us to be at peace as the darkness descends upon us this time of fall and winter. Instead of panicking in the dark, help us to relax and let go of those things that disturb our peace, those thoughts and feelings that keep us from experiencing the mystery and delight of the world around us. Give us peace in the dark, Holy One, and remind us that we can always make our own sunshine. Quarter turn to the right, and we face the north. Ground us in the wisdom of the north, Holy One. Our Native American ancestors associated the bison with the wisdom of the north. This amazing animal helped their community survive, providing food, clothing, and shelter. Holy One, help us to appreciate the animals, the plants, and all things in this creation that we rely on to survive. Help us to honor those resources and teach us to give back to this world so those resources can be shared with everyone. Turn back toward the center. If we're honest with ourselves, we'll find many places where we have only lived out the truthiness of our existence. This morning, Jubilants, I invite you, dedicate yourselves to right speech. Be honest with yourself and others, even if those truths are hard or uncomfortable. When we live into our divine honesty, others will come alongside us and we'll create an honest world that can say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Remain standing and we'll sing a little bit of an opening song here for you. Little Cat Stevens this morning. My strap is getting all wrapped up. All right. So this is a song about being honest with yourself, who you are, what you want to do, how you want to live your life. And remember, you can follow along. You can use your device to go to jubileecircle.com and download a PDF of today's bulletin if you want to follow along with all the songs and the readings. It's right there on the website and also on our Facebook page. So feel free to go there and find that. All right, we're ready? 2, 3, 4. Sorry. That's better. Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be. You know that there are. And if you want to live high, live high. And if you want to live low, live low. 'Cause there's a million ways to go. You know that there are. You can do what you want. The opportunity's on. And you can find a new way. And you can do it today. You can make it all true. And you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need to know. Well, if you want to say yes, say yes. And if you want to say no, say no. 'Cause there's a million ways to go. You know that there are. And if you want to be me, be me. And if you want to be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do. You know that there are. You can do what you want. The opportunity's on. And you can find a new way. You can do it today. You can make it all true. And you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need to know. And if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be. You know that there are. You know that there are. You know that there are. Oh yeah. You may be seated. Woohoo. All right, having a good time here at Jubilee Circle this morning. And thank you so much, everybody who has joined us here and everyone who is joining us out there. We appreciate your presence and your support. Thank you so much. And Jubilee Circle, we are a spiritual community here in Columbia, South Carolina, offering inspiration, affirmation, healing, and service to live abundantly, love wastefully, and awaken to our true divine self. And we are a progressive and inclusive community and we are affiliated with the Jubilee community up in Asheville, North Carolina. We're influenced by Hebrew and Christian scriptures, but we give it a little metaphysical spin. We read it through the lens of A Course in Miracles, and we also ground ourselves in something called creation spirituality, which basically means, creation spirituality, we could do a whole class, and we probably should, but it begins, basically, not in that dark place of original sin, but in that bright place of delight, that original blessing where God created this amazing infinite universe, this blue boat we ride around upon, all the creatures upon it, and then finally in that weird sort of move that nobody really asked for, but here we are. God created we amazing and wonderful and beautiful and creative and fascinating and weird and sometimes angering and greedy and recalcitrant human beings. And God didn't look at all of that creation and go, geez, I am off my game. No, God looked at all of that creation and said, all of that is very, very good, and God continues to delight in all of creation and invites us to do so as well. Oh, yeah. All right, a few announcements of things coming up. Next Sunday, we'll continue our I Make My Own Sunshine Via Negativa theme. We're going to use music from, I didn't change this, so let's see. I don't even remember. We're going to use some music next week and talk about some stuff. Tune in.
That's different. Mixing it up a little bit.
We're mixing it up a little bit. I don't even know what we're talking about. I've written the sermon, but hey, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so the building is back open. We have a few folks joining us this morning, and if you would like to come back, yes, we would love to have you all come back. We're socially distanced and masking up and having a good time. And we do have Jubilee face masks available for a small donation. You can sport one of these babies. All right? Great stuff. All right. Is there anything else coming up that I need to talk about? Anything else? I'm forgetting stuff because,
We have some special guests today.
Oh, we have special guests. Jessica, hold one of those up and go in front of the camera. We have pumpkins filling the seats this morning. We have these beautiful painted pumpkins with some.
If you want one, come next week, and you can have one.
Right, if you show up next week, you get your own painted pumpkin. Yay!
Just like Sandy, who gets one today.
Sandy gets one today. Okay. All right, so come and pick your pumpkin. It's a little pumpkin patch in here today. It's so much fun. All right. Here are these wise and holy words from this wise and holy woman.
That's me. From the Jesus story, Matthew 5:8-9. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. From A Course in Miracles, Manual for Teachers, honesty does not apply only to what you say. The term actually means consistency. There is nothing you say that contradicts what you think or do. No thought opposes any other thought. No act belies your word, and no word lacks agreement with another. Such are the truly honest. At no level are they in conflict with themselves. Therefore, it's impossible for them to be in conflict with anyone or anything. The peace of mind which the advanced teachers of God experience is largely due to their perfect honesty. It is only the wish to deceive that makes for war. No one at one with himself can conceive of conflict. Conflict is the inevitable result of self-deception, and self-deception is dishonesty. From the Venerable Shyalpa Rinpoche, spiritual head of Shyalpa Monastery in Kathmandu, Nepal. Letting the moment take over is the practice of great honesty. To let the moment take over, you have to have great confidence in your true nature, the Buddha within you. When you find the Buddha within, everything is celebration. You will be able to see everything outside of yourself as the expression of the Buddha within. If something appears wrathful, it's understood as the expression of the Buddha within. If something appears peaceful, it is understood as the expression of the Buddha within. After all, everything is the expression of the Buddha within. Therefore, everything is your creation. Your creation is everything. When you understand in this way, you will feel no need to be dishonest. You will feel no need to fight, no need to change. You will be able to relate to things just as they are.
These are wise and holy words Thanks be to the holy. All creation is holy word. All creation speaks volumes of the holy. Hallelujah. Let's stand and say.
Malfunction. Repositioning.
Uh-oh. Mask malfunction. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Everything is wonderful, everything is great. Free as a bird singing outside my window pane. Got a fresh new start, it's a brand new day. And I got lots of love to give away. It don't matter if it's raining, nothing can faze me. I make my own sunshine. And if you think you can break me, baby, you're crazy. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine.
Hey, let's make a rainbow. Let's look for pot of gold. I'll show you how to keep it nice and breezy. Even in a cloud it's forming on my lovely day. There's nothing, no nothing that can stand in my way. 'Cause it don't matter if it's raining, nothing can faze me. I make my own sunshine. And if you think you can break me, baby, you're crazy. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine.
And today, boy, that's what you got to do. Make your own sunshine. Everybody can be seated. Woo! There's some liquid sunshine out there today. All right, our song this morning comes from a little band that I'm sure no one's heard of.
Completely obscure.
Completely obscure band called Fleetwood Mac. I mean, strange name that is. It's no wonder they didn't make it big. Strange name like that. Fleetwood Mac. What? This song is called Little Lies, and it came from their 1987 release called Tango in the Night. If I could turn the page in time, then I'd rearrange just a day or two. Close my eyes, but I couldn't find a way, so I settled for one day to believe in you. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Tell me lies.
Tell me lies.
Oh no, you can't disguise.
You can't disguise.
No, you can't disguise.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Got our own Stevie Nicks over here. Christine McVie over here.
Oh, no, I'm
No, you're
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
You're
I'm Christine. All right. Okay, you're Lindsay. Lindsay Buckingham over here. All right. Back in 1988, two LGBTQ rights activists began an annual tradition known as Coming Out Day. And they chose the date of October 11th to celebrate this new tradition because it was the date of the first March on Washington for LGBT rights the year before. So happy Coming Out Day, everybody. I was there for the 1987 March on Washington. Yes, I attended a national march for LGBTQ rights because, as it turns out, I'm a lesbian. I know. Shocking! I tell you that, not just to celebrate National Coming Out Day, because perhaps there is still one person left on the planet to be shocked by that news, but also because my own process of coming out was one leg of my own journey to live a life bathed in the sunshine of honesty. Because when you live in the closet, there's not a lot of people in here that's going to identify, right? Anyway, when you live in the closet, when you're fearful that somebody's going to learn your deep, dark secret about your sexual orientation, you lie. And you lie a lot. You don't want to. You don't even mean to most of the time. It just becomes a way of life. Back in the 80s, when I was in my 20s, I worked at a radio station in the fairly conservative town of Gainesville, Georgia. As far as I knew everybody who was in the broadcast industry in that little town. As far as I knew, I was the only gay, lesbian, bisexual person, not to mention transgender or gender fluid, to work in that industry in that little town. I also hosted a fairly prominent drive time afternoon talk show and was considered a local celebrity of sorts. I would get identified by my voice. It was a little scary. So I was often asked to make appearances and speak at events as a local personality. So I had this reputation. So I had to stay closeted. That's how I felt. And it was terribly difficult to not be able to talk about my personal life. I would hedge on pronouns. Long before hedging pronouns was a thing, I would talk about what we did over the weekend, or referred to my partner at the time as them, very carefully avoiding the pronoun she. And most of the time I felt awful about it. It wasn't until I took a job in the larger market of Atlanta that I felt comfortable enough to finally come out, and that's mainly because there were 2 other lesbians in the newsroom where I worked, so nobody cared. It was not a big deal at all. Not having to lie anymore about my sexual orientation was a huge relief, but here's the thing. I had lied about it for so long, not just to those around me, but to myself, that I had developed what is known in our community as internalized homophobia. And it's something I still battle today. I mean, the shame that society and religion, and especially some members of my family, it gets in there. You start to believe that you are an abomination before God. And it took me a very long time to come to grips with all of that and rid myself of most of that shame. But it reminds me that honesty isn't just about the words that we speak. Honesty is also about how we live. Honesty is just another word for integrity, which is just another word for wholeness. Embodying honesty means forsaking the shame and blame game of the ego and entering into that higher divine self that knows that none of us are truly any of these illusory labels that we put on ourselves. In the grand scheme of things, my sexuality is part of the illusion as well. Everybody's is. Accepting it, though, living honestly into it, and healing myself of its crippling aspects of shame and blame, that was one of the lessons I needed to learn so that the ego could no longer use it to wound me or tempt me to live a lie. And in that moment, I experienced what our reading from A Course in Miracles calls peace of mind. We attain this, the Course says, when we understand that honesty just means consistency. There is nothing you say, the Course says, that contradicts what you think or do. No thought opposes any other thought. No act belies your word, and no word lacks agreement with another. Such are the truly honest. At no level, it says, are they in conflict with themselves. Therefore, it is impossible to be in conflict with anyone or anything. Jubilance, the ego, it tells us all the time sweet little lies. And it wants us to repeat all those sweet little lies out into the world, to perpetuate the illusion that there is separation, to perpetuate the illusion that no one can be trusted and no one's words, except our ego's words, are ever true. If, however, we are truly honest, we will stop telling even little lies to ourselves and come into the perfectly honest consistency of our wholeness, that true divine self that can help heal the world. Breathe deeply. Although I'm not making plans, I hope that you understand there's a reason why. Close your eyes. No more broken hearts. We're better off apart. Let's give it a try. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise. No, you can't disguise. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Blessed are the pure in heart, Jesus says in today's reading, for they will see God. And what the heck does that mean? What does it mean to be pure in heart? Well, I grew up as a Southern Baptist kid, and I can tell you what it means to the Southern Baptists. The pure in heart are those who went to church twice on Sunday, once on Wednesday night, and every other time the building was open, and especially if there was a revival going on. The pure in heart, they never swore. The pure men didn't wear their hair long. The pure women did. The pure did not drink or carouse or dance. They pretty much were bled dry of any sort of actual human element while being asked to strive for some unfathomable idea, an unattainable idea of what it means to be pure. I never met anybody who met that standard, and I'm pretty sure none of them ever saw God. But according to the original Greek that is used in the scripture, that word for pure, katharos, doesn't have anything to do with our physical cleanliness or our piety. Instead, it refers to, guess what? It refers to unity. It refers to singleness of heart and mind. It means not having a divided heart. It means choosing to dwell totally and exclusively within our true divine self to become the embodiment of honesty and integrity and love. Our ego has no interest in this at all, which is why it likes all of these other sort of purity tests. Tells us all these things we got to do to become pure. We have to sacrifice, it tells us. Like my Baptist upbringing, it tells us we have to give up things like cussing and and dancing. Oh my gosh, you can't listen to that rock and roll devil music, and you can't do generally anything that might, give you joy in this life in any way, shape, or form. And the ego likes us to believe that we can serve two masters, that we can remain mired in this world of fear and competition and grandiosity and despair and still be all spiritual. But that's not the case. If we are to be true teachers of God in this world, we must choose the purity, the single-mindedness, the single-heartedness of our true divine self, and not pollute our heart and mind by adding even one drop of ego to that mixture. We cannot be of two minds. We cannot be of two hearts. We cannot believe in separation and dwell in the sunshine of honesty. And we only become pure in heart, jubilants, if we're open, if we are willing to live fully into each present moment, whether we perceive that moment to be wonderful or unbearable. As the venerable, that's not easy to say, venerable. And the rest of it's not easy either. Shyalpa Rinpoche, the spiritual head of Shyalpa Monastery in Kathmandu, tells us this morning, being fully present in every moment of life is the practice of great honesty. When we allow ourselves to be fully in the moment, that's when we get to touch that higher divine self, that Buddha within. When we can do that, we see, as Rinpoche says, that all of life, every single moment, no matter how you judge it, all of life is celebration. You will be able to see everything outside of yourself as the expression of the Buddha within, he says. If something appears wrathful, it is understood as the expression of the Buddha within. If something appears peaceful, it is understood as the expression of the Buddha within. After all, everything you see out here, it's the expression of the Buddha within. Therefore, he says, everything is your creation. And this present moment, the present moment never will ever tell you a sweet little lie, because it is what it is. And our ego tells us things should be different. It convinces us to perceive this moment as either good or bad or indifferent. And when we're listening to the ego, we cannot ever truly be present, because the ego is always judging each moment. It's always filling our heart and mind with sweet little lies about what's really going on. But when we live in the sunshine of honesty, when we are one in mind and heart, living in the integrity and honesty of love, we can see what is truly happening in each moment. Do you know what it is? It's a celebration. I just told you. The universe throws us a party in every single moment of our lives, and we either judge it, dismiss it, become fearful of it, suspicious of it. Oh my God, how is this moment going to affect me? That's what we ask. All any moment ever asks of you is your full attention. And you can only give it that full attention when you're dwelling in that one-track mind of love. To the dishonest ego, the present moment, when it is fully seen, embraced, and recognized, is kryptonite. It cannot survive when you fully embrace that present moment. Are some moments more challenging or more distressing than others? Well, of course. But if we're truly present, if we are truly honest, and are facing moments with our divine wholeness and our divine integrity, all of those moments, the moments that seem bad or chaotic or awful, they will all be transformed. They will all be transformed into love, because everything that comes in contact with love becomes love. That is what it means to be pure in heart. And as Jesus promises, if you are pure in heart, you will see God. You will see God. Do you know what that phrase means in Greek? I looked this up and went, I have been reading this wrong my entire life. That phrase, you will see God, it literally means to allow oneself to be seen or appear. Which means if we approach every moment with honesty and integrity and wholeness and love, our true capital S self, that divinity within each of us, is revealed. It is allowed to be seen. And in that moment, we see God, because here we are. Here we are. If we are here in honesty and love, God is revealed within us all. And that, jubilance, is how you heal the whole world. Breathe deeply. 2, 3, 4. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies.
Tell me lies.
Oh, no, you can't disguise.
You can't disguise.
No, you can't disguise.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Tell me lies.
Tell me lies.
Oh, no, you can't disguise.
You can't disguise.
No, you can't disguise.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Sorry, I faked you all out on that second part. Sorry. We rehearse these things and then I forget. We all forget, yeah, well, that's all right. Back in my closeted days when I lived with my first girlfriend, and whenever someone who did not know the true nature of our relationship was coming over for a visit, we would engage in a little ritual that we would call de-diking the house. We would go through every... Nobody's done this before. Come on. Yeah, right. That's right. When Mama comes over, yeah. So we'd go through each house. We would meticulously hide all of the evidence that we were a couple and not just roommates who kept moving around together for some. Right. I mean, it wasn't obvious. Pictures, cards, any other evidence. It was all hidden. We put away the gay books and the magazines and basically make our house look like a generic furnished rental house. Right. That's what it would look like by the end. One day, one of my brothers, who had not been formally told about our relationship, stopped by to look at a malfunctioning stereo, and right there, we walked into the room right there next to the stereo. I spied this book that I had failed to see in my sweep of de-dyking the house. And the title of this auspicious piece of literature was simply Lesbian Woman. We're walking up to the stereo. Yeah. It's a seminal book. It's hard to call a lesbian book seminal. But anyway. But it was one of the big books about being a lesbian woman. I always thought that was bad. Lesbian book? No, anyway.
Yeah.
So my heart stopped as he approached the stereo. I'm like, maybe he won't see it, maybe he won't see it. But he checked out the system. He declared the patient to be dead, and he glanced toward the book. And I was clutching my pearls. I was hanging on. Ooh! Instead of disgust, though, a smile danced across his lips as he pointed to it and said, well, duh. But here's the thing about sweet little lies, Jubilants. They don't fool anybody. Because when I did finally come out to most everyone said, well, we knew that. That was, really? You're just telling us? No one had been fooled. The only one truly damaged by all of that dishonesty. Well, that would be me. What appeared as deceitful in the world was simply the Buddha within, projecting its own dishonesty outward. The world outside, it seems, really full of deceit, full of lies. We have leaders speaking daily who wouldn't know the truth if it bit them on their self-righteous and pious behinds. The truth of the matter is this: we can't make anyone else in this world live with integrity and honesty. We can't. The only way to rid this world of dishonesty and deceit is to rid the world within us of dishonesty and deceit, to come out of our own closet of lies. Dishonesty only exists out here because in some form or fashion it's found a home within. The sweet little lies and the not so sweet gigantic lies going on in the world right now, they're a call for love. They're a call for all of us to double down on our own commitment, to walk at all times in the sunshine of honesty and integrity and wholeness and love. This world does not need fewer liars. What it needs is more honest people who are living from that integrity and wholeness. And the result of more people living into their integrity and wholeness will be fewer liars. Because if there's no dishonesty left in us, we will only see peace and honesty and love in the world. The peace of mind, the Course says, which the advanced teachers of God experience, is largely due to their perfect honesty. It is only the wish to deceive that makes for war. It is only the wish to deceive that makes for war. No one, at one with himself, can even conceive of conflict. Conflict is the inevitable result, the Course says, of self-deception. And self-deception is dishonesty. When we understand that the world we see outside of ourselves is merely a reflection of the world we have created within, Rinpoche says, you will feel no need to be dishonest. You will feel no need to fight, no need to change. You will be able to relate to things just as they are. You can be fully present in the moment, just as it is. Or as Jesus says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. This is what it means to embody love, to live from your wholeness, to be a person of integrity. Do you wish, Jubilants, to live in the sunshine of honesty? Then you become that beacon of love, that beacon of wholeness and integrity and honesty. We have seen time and time and time again that people will lie. And that is because they have chosen their master. You cannot choose which master anyone else will serve. You can only choose for yourself. So I invite you, jubilants, don't listen to the ego's sweet little lies. Instead, come into your wholeness. Live into your integrity. Allow your divinity to be revealed, and the world will be transformed by your peace, by your wholeness, by your love, and by your honesty. Oh, yeah. If I could turn the page in time, then I'd rearrange just a day or two. Close my eyes. But I couldn't find a way, so I'll settle for one day to believe in you. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies,
Tell me lies.
oh no, you can't disguise.
You can't
No,
disguise.
you can't disguise.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Tell me lies.
Oh no, you can't disguise.
You can't disguise.
No, you can't disguise.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Oh yeah. Right. So during this prayer time, I invite you at home, if you have your singing bowls, to get them out, ring and sing your bowl, and take this time of contemplation. I've had my say. Now it's time to tune in to what Spirit has to say.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
stirring it up this morning. All right. So we're about to adjourn for our Zoom call, and if you would like to join us, the link is at jubileecircle.com or on our Facebook page, so please join us. We will link up the room in here and have a discussion about today's message and do some gathering together and seeing faces that we might not have seen in a while. And it's lovely to have folks in the building, and again, you're welcome to join us. We are socially distanced. We've got all the precautions in place, so if you're itching to get out of the house on a Sunday morning and come back and put some pants on, you can come here and join us. All right. And thank you so much for everyone who has been supporting us during this time. It's been a financial challenge during this pandemic for everyone, and we are grateful for those who have continued to support Jubilee Circle as we continue our ministry and what we're doing out here in the community. We have some new ideas about some of the things that we want to do for the community, and we'll be rolling those out in the next few weeks and months, so I'm hoping that y'all will stay tuned and you will participate. We're going to have some virtual stuff that you can participate in and help build community and help build dialogue and help build unity and peace and honesty and integrity in this world. And that's what Jubilee Circle is all about. It's what we're trying to do in our own little corner of the world. And we hope that through this technology, you can join us and be a part of that as well. And we also ask you to be a part of our financial life. And you can contribute by going to jubileecircle.com or on our Facebook page. There are links to give generously as you see fit. And we appreciate all of that because we know that God's love has always met and will always meet our needs, and we give freely and we receive joyfully, knowing that giving and receiving are the same thing. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to adjourn to our Zoom meeting, but we'll sing ourselves out here, and I'll remind everyone here and on the TV, YouTube, and the Facebook that Meister Eckhart reminds us, if the only prayer we ever say in our entire lives is thank you, it will be enough. And so together we say, thank you. And we say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. We are here. We are here for all of us. Some of us for all of us. We are here. We are here for all of us. And we appreciate all of you being here for all of us, and we will see you all next week. If you're tuning out, if you're not joining us on Zoom, if you're coming to Zoom, we'll see you in just a few minutes. Oh yeah, have a great week.